Next, we have Paul Chitwood, who's the president of the International Mission Board, to come and join us. Welcome, Paul, to the Baptist Convention of Iowa Annual Meeting 2024.
Hey, thank you. What a privilege to be here. Thankful for the technology that allows us to make this connection. Just the great commission heart that you exhibit and partnership, strong partnership with the International Mission Board.
Yeah, well, good. And we're so grateful to work with you. Look back a little bit in 2024. What are some of the highlights that you think that our audience today, pastors and other leaders of the Baptist Convention of Iowa, would like to hear?
So we've had a wonderful year of seeing kingdom advance. But some of the highlights, one of them was really huge for us. We convened a gathering of Baptist leaders from around the world at what we called our Global Senders Summit. There's 140 Baptist conventions and unions that exist around the world. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them resulting from 180 years of Southern Baptist sending missionaries. So 76 of those conventions, unions were represented. And so we wanted to encourage them, equip them, challenge them, and give them more and more opportunities to send their missionaries who will serve in partnership with the IMB and literally on our teams around the world. Voluntarily, they want to send, those partners want to send 1,100 missionaries over the next decade. Our sending pipeline, that application pipeline, has grown exponentially. It was about 300 when I came into my role. We're right at about 1,400 right now, applicants in the process, all of them getting at the most important thing, and that is engaging the unengaged and reaching the unreached and sharing the gospel. We saw just over 1 million people hear the gospel this past year through IMB missionaries and their partners on the ground, and almost 200,000 professions of faith, well over 100,000 baptisms of new believers, 20,000 plus new churches started, and working more intentionally with partners around the world are resulting in all of that.
Yeah, that's so encouraging. Good work. I'm so grateful for what you and the other leaders and the many faithful missionaries around the world are doing. Looking back in this last year, what are some challenges that you have tried to work through? And then how that sort of translates into some plans for next year?
Well, the challenges have been many, and you need only read the headlines, particularly of international news, to understand the challenges that the IMB faces. Our work has been disrupted. The ongoing war in Eastern Europe, that has directly impacted our workers. We see the ongoing war in the Middle East, just the unwelcomed presence of missionaries around the world. More and more countries canceling missionary visas or not giving missionary visas. We dealt with a lot of that this past year. So really difficulty in access. Another big challenge for us while we were celebrating the generosity of Southern Baptists, again, 3 years, the best Lottie offerings in history. Global inflation is crushing those gains for us. And so just managing tightening budgets is an incredible challenge for us. There's still about 3,000 unengaged people groups around the world, and we last year launched a program to engage those remaining 3,000. Is through Project 3000, on the edge, challenging, more adventuresome, if you will, opportunity to be a part of kingdom work, seeing some come to faith. It's been exciting to see, but we're still recruiting. We want more of those Project 3000. We're calling them explorers, more explorer missionaries.
Nice. Well, Paul, here in Iowa, we want to be good partners with the IMB. What are some ways to jump in and get connected with the IMB as partners here in Iowa?
Any pastor who's there in the convention thinking, okay, what can I personally do? In addition to just leading your church to pray and give, let me encourage you, as you preach, call out the called. And when the call, answer the call, send them to the IMB because it's a unique organization. It's the only organization that's owned by Southern Baptists that sends missionaries overseas. It's the only one that's in step in every way with your local church in the sense that we're Baptist. Baptist Faith and Message guides our work, our ecclesiology, soteriology, missiology. It all falls directly in line. We're your missionary sending agency. So please see us that way. We want to serve you, want to serve you well. Or your senior adults, we've relaunched our master's missionary pathway, Tim, fully funded, where those nearing retirement or in retirement can come spend 2 or 3 years. And it really doesn't matter what their background has been, their line of work, medical professionals, police officers, military personnel, logistics workers, farmers, veterinarians. We can even use a retired attorney at the IMB. So send them our way.
That's great. Well, Paul, thank you so much for being part of our annual meeting this year. I love staying connected with you and what the IMB is doing. And so thank you, Paul, for being part. And I'm looking forward to continue to stay connected.
Amen. And final word, Tim, just to you and to the churches represented in the room there. There's no convention that is as generous as Iowa Baptist, no one even close in sharing cooperative program dollars, forwarding them on for all SBC ministries. And the IMB gets the lion's share of that. Just over half of what you forward on to SBC comes directly to the IMB. And you're in a class of your own in that regard. And I just want to say personally how grateful I am. Your leadership team that has led Iowa Baptist to do that. And for the way Iowa Baptists have embraced that, joyfully embraced that kind of generosity. It is a blessing. Thank you.